All right, guys, part two. This trailer, we're still out here at David Trailer Store. Picked up my new cargo trailer, but probably, I don't know how many months you've been sitting on this thing. But this trailer here is one that I spec'd out and wanted to buy to haul the skid steer, the TL12 with the mulcher head on it, because you need the wide stance so that you can fit the bigger skid steer in there. But I also wanted to be able to haul pickups on it. But to haul a heavy machine, you have to get the heavy axles, and there's just a bunch of little things that I added onto this. And I didn't actually order it, but David, he liked the specs of it and everything, so he ordered one for his inventory. And if he would have bought black, I probably would have bought it.
We had a black one, but it sold right away.
Oh, shoot.
And there's your balance, but it only had the 7,000 pound axles, not the 10s like
Yeah.
this one does.
Well, that would have been another deciding factor, but
a little bit of a blow,
I thought about it 10 times to come out here and just buy it, despite it was silver, because it's literally the trailer that I spec'd out. I don't think he really added anything different to it, but and here it sits. Hasn't sold it yet, but I'm glad he still got it, because I wanted to check it out. I actually got one, it's going to be black, and it's going to be slightly different, a little bit longer, a little bit more aggressive. But to have one that you can haul a pickup on, if I wanted to haul, a wide stance, front end truck or whatever, drive over fenders, 10K axles. So this is a 20K bumper pull trailer, 20-foot deck, and
18-foot wood deck, 2-foot dove.
Yeah, let's walk down here, because this thing is, it's awesome. I think it's a cool trailer out of anything. But here, I'll let you hold the camera. I want to brush on this fact right here, because there's a different manufacturer that I talked to before, Diamond C, about this trailer. Actually, anyway, timeline, screw it. The guy talked about their ramps being heavy because they're built to last. Well, I'm not really built to last. The human body is going to be beat up every day working in general, and he said his ramps were heavy. And the Diamond C ramps, they're plenty stout. The skid steer's never gonna break that, ever.
It's made out of channel and 2-inch square tube.
But look, one-hander.
A double spring assist is what we're working with right here.
It's not gonna ever fail you, and I can pick it up one-handed. That is, it's so nice. It's just so nice. You have no idea, after dealing with those heavy ramps on my Texas Pride for years, that thing, the spring assist, everything done right, it picks it up no problem. But compared to your standard trailer, where your decking normally ends here on the frame, got the frame extenders, stake pockets.
3/16 drive over fenders. Those fenders are good for about 4,000 pounds a piece. And what makes them a drive over fender, so you can get the 3/16 weld on fenders, but it's actually this piece right here that they weld on that bracket to keep it from flexing anything down. So
it's got a nice rib inside there, pretty much. It's got a little extra bracing.
Particular frame, this is the low profile model, so you're an 8-inch 15-pound I-beam frame on this one. The new ones, if you were to do this axle combo, you might be looking at an engineered beam frame in the future here.
Oh, really? That would be neat to have one of those
be neat to see
ordered
one of those show up
3 months ago or something.
Yeah,
Maybe it'll show up
like
next month.
Yeah, it might show up. One thing this one being that it's been this one's been around for about 6 months. So this is the old plastic style cap. The new ones are going to have Valcrum aluminum caps, which is going to be a nice little sweet deal. 17.5, 16 ply tire. The new wheels, this is actually an old wheel too, so you're not going to have this lip actually sticking out on the new ones. The
that
new
does
ones
stick out a little bit.
Yeah, stick out a little bit of a hair.
Look how thick that is. What is that, 3/8?
Yeah, pretty close, yeah. 5/8 inch studs. Looks like we got a little anti-seize on these, but that's all right.
Good.
1 1/8 on that on the socket size for that nut, which that should be the exact same. So when you go to the two 10,000 pound axles, you automatically go to a torsion suspension, so you're not going to see any leaf springs. So this has a pretty smooth ride for a stout of trailer it is. When you go to an 8,000 pound axle, you actually narrow the in-between fender width. So you're 82 on this one, you go 81 on an 8,000 pound axle, which might make the difference for somebody, tough to say, but then you go to a leaf spring suspension.
Yeah.
And that's why we get that extra inch. We don't have to have any of that extra support.
That's like trying to find a trailer that hit, like literally it would have almost at the point where you could need to buy 2 trailers, one to haul a skid steer and then one to haul pickups. So I wanted one that could haul either or, And let's, like, if you do have, you know, obviously you're not gonna drive a skid steer over it, but it's wide enough interior that you can fit a skiddy in there. But over here, if you got, you know, let's say you had to load a dually backwards or something weird, you know, you got the extended frame, and you can just drive right over these. It's not even gonna care.
Even with the extended frame, what's nice, if you're talking to a guy that has like an 84-inch bucket or a wider attachment, you know, and you're backing your skid steer onto this thing, you're going to have some space to drop that bucket and not be hanging out over the trailer, which is, you know, really nice that way. And if you are loading something different, those ramps are on pipes. You can slide them sideways. You're only missing that center section, so if you have a 3-wheel tractor or something, that might be the only where you got a problem. But,
you know, I was looking to buy a brand new 3-wheel tractor, so... Yeah. But the coolest thing, I think, that Diamond C, I mean, they have so much innovation and all that good stuff. Not blowing smoke because I like Diamond C, or, you know, trying to support them because whatever reason. I like it because they have cool stuff. And here you go. I'll let you pop that top on that thing. That'd be cool if they had a hydraulic jack, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would be cool if they had a hydraulic jack on this piece.
But look at the storage space. Got the full-size spare in there.
We threw some chains, got some ratchet straps. I think ratchet straps and a 20-foot chain and a tongue lock.
Yeah.
And there's still ample space to add more if you have binders and things like that in there.
And this thing is, you know, can have the load onto it, you know, so.
This is 3/16 diamond plate steel as well. So if you got a generator or something you got to add to it, whatever you got. I mean, these are actually made for tie down points, so you can put that extra little piece out here.
Normally, like, this would just be wasted deck space, or they would have a little tongue toolbox.
They'd have a little chain tray is what they put in there, and you might be able to option a lid for it. But this is called the HDB tongue box lid. You're talking about a $500 option, give or take. You might get a little bit cheaper, but it's
for what you get.
Value packed.
Oh yeah.
Yep, and it's lockable. I mean, this is a keyed lock right here. You're not, and most people won't even know what's in there.
Yeah.
You know, so it's definitely nice. 12K jack. That's a standard setup. We did the Demco coupler. It's 21,000 pounds. Some guys don't like this because it's plastic, but I've had several of these and haven't had any issues. It's come standard on a PJ. Bolted into a 1/2-inch thick plate. But this is 21,000 pounds. What's nice about this is it's almost dummy proof. So if you've got a fleet or you got some guys working for you and you're hooking this thing up, this will actually latch onto the ball with it being down. You don't have to have it in the up position. You can't forget. You can leave it down. That ball, it goes into a tapered setting and it automatically just pushes up. And once it gets so far, it locks back down because it's spring loaded.
It looks like one of the more stout setups I've ever seen.
Yeah, attached to 4 grade 8 bolts.
Yeah, she ain't going nowhere.
Placed them on a couple of U-Hauls. U-Haul's starting to use that too.
You can. That's would it come standard with the pintle, or would it come standard? That's an upgrade.
That's an upgrade. It's actually going to come with something similar to that cargo trailer we got over there. It's going to come with a cast iron coupler, but it's going to bolt onto a flat plate like this when you upgrade to this GVW.
Yeah, because this technically, I mean, unless you're pulling it with like a Toyota pickup, outside of California, this is a CDL required trailer because it's 20K trailer. So like with this, that's 14K truck, so you'd be a 34K.
Yeah.
And which is funny because you think bumper pull, you're like, oh, you know, outside of California with the 10K or more, you need a CDL, but everywhere else is 26 gross rating, and this little guy is damn near that on its own. They could probably prorate it up to damn near, or they pro-made a little guy.
You don't get as much pro rating on a bumper than you do when you go to the goosenecks over the axle. But you could probably add about 1,500 to 2,000 pounds on this one.
That's still quite a bit.
That's quite a bit,
so, yeah, it'll, to put the skid steer.
You probably put the front end in there.
Oh.
You know, and the biggest thing is, now if a guy's looking to save a little bit of money, the 2 10,000-pound axle option is quite a bit more expensive than the 8s, and you get a lot of the same benefits. And I can tell you right now that you're about half the price on the 8,000-pound axles as you are the 10s. But you get a lot of the same things. So when you upgrade to this axle package, you're upgrading the frame, you're upgrading the tires, you're upgrading the wheels, you upgrade a lot of those things that, you know, you're not going to see on the standard LPX model. So you pay for a lot of things. You say, oh, it's $2,500 for 8,000-pound axles. Well, that's going to get you a lot of handful of other things that you probably wanted anyways. You know, so it's stout. This thing's not going to bend on you. It's not going to break. It's going to hold up under the weight.
Yeah. And then you can get D-ring, stake pocket inserts, spare tire thing.
You got 4 D-rings, 1/2-inch D-ring standard. So those, what do those say they're rated for? 18,000 pounds?
Yeah.
Winch plate with the holes, that comes standard without them, but that's handy for a guy that wants to do a few more little projects and got some broken down shit. You know?
Fords
Fords.
and some Dodges every once in a while.
You gotta find a few things that are broken down.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, overall, I mean, this is a if you take a comparison to a standard one, this is definitely like almost like a different trailer in comparison to the standard one.
Yeah. Are those the same ramps I'm getting?
Those are.
Oh, those are nice ramps.
They're 5 foot ramps. They're you know what? I can tell you right now that every once in a while those ramps do not ship on the trailer. And if you want to talk to a guy that's pissed off about weight, take these things off. Then you'll talk about the weight. 'Cause they're definitely, those springs are cheaters. They make you feel like you're definitely a little bit tougher than you are.
Because you look at it and you're like, this thing is going to be heavy.
This thing's ridiculously heavy, but with those spring assist, it's like your door on your other trailer there. With that spring assist, without that spring assist, that door feels like a million pounds.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
oh, you have to have those. If you don't got that on there, garbage.
They're riding on solid bar.
Yeah.
And I mean, you're talking about a trailer with a 15,000 pound payload capacity on the easy. So we're talking about something that's got to be able to handle up to that kind of weight. Standard, this comes with slide ramps, which are nice for the right application, but
needs some nice, got extra width. And
oh yeah, these are the extra wide. These are really like 18 inches wide.
Look like
maybe the 20.
I think it's 24s.
Yeah.
Well, this
extra wide flip knee ramp. They're a nice option.
This is just, I think it's cool. If you would order black, I feel like you ordered this color so that I wouldn't feel obligated to come out and buy it immediately, which I appreciate, but then at the same time,
I was hoping now that Nevada has the Raiders, somebody would be a really big fan. I'm not, but they can be.
I don't know how the professional sports are going to stay alive, but
nobody's watching anymore, so I'm not trying to sell at that point anymore.
Pretty much covered everything. It's a Haas for a bumper pole, 20 feet total deck space, so just 18 plus 2-foot little dove. Ramps are beefy but lightweight to pick up with the springs. I say it's a Haas. You ain't gonna beat this
suspension. I mean, at the end of the day, you're gonna be surprised how well of a ride a heavy-duty caliber of this trailer is.
Yeah,
it's not gonna jar your teeth loose.
I'll say this is the trailer I spec'd out. This is what I was gonna buy, except for they have different options for different stuff that came to play, which I'm gonna go with. You guys will see that trailer later on. But if you guys are looking for a market to have a bumper pull trailer, if you haven't sold it by the time this video goes up, they can haul your skid steer, can haul your truck, not at the same time. CDL is probably, best option if you get this, unless you want to be a cowboy. But come out here and check out David Winnemucca Trailer Store.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. What do you think about that? I'll be honest, that is kind of a sneak peek at what is to come in about this month, actually. In September, it's supposed to be mid-September. Mine's supposed to be there, so maybe a couple weeks I'll go out there, but Diamond C is pumping out some trailers, and when you order a trailer custom built, like this one's on the lot, I spec that one out. Is an awesome trailer. I would not be bummed at all to buy that one right now, but a couple other things came into play with my trailer, and I got some more people to thank when that one actually gets delivered. My trailer is going to be sweet, but this one, I thought about it for quite a while, just go out there and buy that, because it would meet every little bit of application that I want one for. Haul a 12, haul a tractor, haul pickups and stuff. It's going to fit pretty much everything you need in the way it's designed on the sides. You don't have something in the way so that you can, a forklift can load you up and stuff like that. I tried to spec that trailer out to be very universal and to meet a lot of demands without being very tall, like a deck over. Deck over is an easy route to go, but I didn't quite want that higher center of gravity out of a bumper pull. Based on my experiences with my dump trailer, it kind of sits high, and lower the center of the gravity, the better. And this thing, I think it's sweet. But my trailer is going to have a little bit of a twist to it, and it's going to be black to match the rest of my equipment trailers. But it's still for sale right now, guys. I've 100% spec'd that sucker out, and it is awesome. Would not be ashamed to buy that sucker and use it right now. But we'll see you guys on the next one. Again, if you're going to buy a trailer and you're somewhat local to the middle of Nevada desert, Winnemucca, Nevada, give David a call. The trailer store, I'll put his email or his website in the description below. Outstanding service, outstanding pricing. If you got questions on anything, if you're comparing brands to a different brand, he will give you unbiased, accurate information across the board for what brands are what. The guy's got a lot of years in the trailer business and he knows his stuff. So we'll see you guys on the next one. Like, comment, subscribe, and let me know what you guys think about this trailer. I think it's sweet, and unbiased, mine's gonna be a little bit cooler. We'll see you guys later on.